There is no other occasion that quite compares the Derby final night at Shelbourne Park. The BoyleSports.com Derby had been something very special in 2014. The final itself promised, well, plenty of thrills and spills, and indeed, we were expecting a very, very talented winner to emerge. Before then, let's take a look at the consolation final. And runners now in traps for the consolation final of the BoyleSports.com Irish Derby. 1 Homeless Boy, 2 Deanridge Pennies, 3 Barefoot Agent, in 4 Ivy Hill Prince, 5 is Drooby's Ward, and 6 Elf Flutter. And Elf Flutter takes a flyer, but 4 also goes it well. Ivy Hill Prince up the inside, Homeless Boy trying to charge his way through, and he does. It's Homeless Boy from 6 Elf Flutter. Now 2 Deanridge Pennies back in third, the favourite. He was robbed in the semi-finals of the Derby, but he's well poised in third and going second. It's 1 Homeless Boy, but here comes Deanridge Pennies up the inside, 6 on the outside, Elf Flutter. He'll finish, but he can't get a run, and it's 2 Deanridge Pennies goes on, and Deanridge Pennies won't be caught. A tremendous winner. Second is 1 Homeless Boy, 5 Drooby's Ward grabbing second on the line. He flew home, but 2 Deanridge Pennies, a most impressive winner. The winning time 29.83. And the result of the consolation final of the BoyleSports.com Derby. First was Trap 2 Deanridge Pennies, second was 5 Drooby's Ward, and back in third was 1 Homeless Boy. The winning time 29.83. And so the runners parading for the final of the 2014 BoyleSports.com Irish Derby. In 1, the brilliant veteran Tyra Sugar Ray. In his 3rd Irish Derby decider, the son of Top Honcho and Mairead's Fantasy, trained by PJ Fahey, there'd be no more popular winner. In 2 is Emer Superstar, one of the outsiders but a dog with a chance, trained by Jerry Holian for brothers Tom and PJ Quinn in New York, son of Hondo Black and Dublin Hill Pride. In 3 is another of the sprightly veterans, Ballymac Vic, a brilliant son of Kinloch Bray, and Ballymac Vicky, trained and owned by Liam Dowling, a really top-class performer, a Champion Stakes winner, competing in his 3rd Derby final. In 4, Vulturi, the flying finisher, a second runner for Liam Dowling, owned by Javier Jarn, the son of Westmead Hawk and Ballymac Penske. He may not threaten in the early yards, but they'll all be taking a look behind to see where this fellow is. In 5, Borneo, trained by Peter Cronin for Liam Walsh, a son of Mildine Panther and Bebo Babe, a real strong running performer. He's getting better with each and every round in the Derby, and not without a chance. And out in 6, the red hot and deserving favourite, Law Hill Blake, trained by Michael O'Donovan for Mary and Paul Jennings, the son of Brett Lee and Law Hill Lass. This fellow has it all. Blistering early speed, he flies down the back, and he's staying stronger than he ever did. He is a deserving favourite, as we've said. And so runners in traps of the final of the 2014 BoyleSports.com Irish Derby. The crowd lets a roar. In 1, Tyre Sugar Ray, 2, Emer Superstar, 3, Ballymac Vic, 4, Vulturi, 5, Borneo, 6, Law Hill Blake. Away they go, flying start by 5 Borneo. Law Hill Blake now forced to check slightly, moves wide, and it's Law Hill Blake showing brilliant early speed. Ballymac Vic sneaks through in second, then comes 1 Tyra Sugar Ray. He's poised in third, but it's 6 Law Hill Blake by about a length down the far side. Ballymac Vic really putting it up to what a race we have, but 6 Law Hill Blake now pulls into a 2-length lead. Ballymac Vic back in second spot, Tyra Sugar Ray in third, but Law Hill Blake, the odds-on favourite, leading off the final turn. He swings wide, but he won't be caught as Law Hill Blake wins. Tyra Sugar Ray, the veteran, runs a brilliant race in second. Ballymac Vic desperately tight for third between himself and his kennel companion Vulturi, but there's no doubt about it, the 2014 Derby winner Law Hill Blake in 29.50. What a performer! And the result of your 2014 BoyleSports.com Irish Derby, a brilliant winner in the form of Trap 6 Law Hill Blake. Second was 1 Tyra Sugar Ray, and back in third was 3 Ballymac Vic. Your winning time 29.50. Michael, it's a few years since Judicial Pride won a Derby. You're after winning a second Irish Derby. It's the same emotions, I'd imagine, over again.
Yeah, I suppose it's taken that length of time to get a dog good enough to win the Derby. And he, from day one, he looked like he was good enough to win the Derby.
We always said you'd be like a good poker player. You never gave much away through the Derby. I often said to you off camera, you weren't doing me any favours, but you could see that you thought an awful lot of this dog. You knew he was a proper greyhound.
Yeah. I honestly believe to let the dog do the talking. That's my motto, Ian, and I think he didn't let me down.
He came into the Derby with, I suppose, the right profile. He was still young, he was still inexperienced, he was improving all the time, and he looked a Shelbourne Park dog.
Yeah, he got 2 trials around it. I was very happy with those. I thought they were exceptional. He done 18.51 in a sprint, and the main thing was that we were able to treat him with the metacarpal through the competition, because he had a problem the whole way through it. But as the competition went on, I think I got the better of it.
Tonight, heart and mouth stuff and traps. Borneo flew from trap 5. You thought, oh, hang on a second, your fella didn't get a flyer, but he showed all his pace to get there.
I'd say what he done tonight was unreal. He just proved that he's not all about trapping. For him to appear there at the bend, the way he broke against those dogs is unreal.
Judicial Pride was a special dog. This is another very special dog. I'd imagine they compare quite favourably against each other.
Well, I hope it won't take as long to get one like him again.
Well, best of luck.
Thanks.
Of course, you have another year to look forward to. He's a young enough dog.
Yeah, we'll try and win the Wild Sport course and derby in between.
Well, Michael, best of luck with that and enjoy the celebrations. I'm sure they'll last a long time.
Yes, sir.
Mary Jennings, you love your greyhounds. You've had two special dogs, Log Hill Bolt and Law Hill Blake, and both of them won tonight. But Blake he's closest to your heart, I'd imagine, at this stage.
Special. He's really special, yes.
Did you know from an early stage, Mary, that he was going to be a proper dog?
Well, from the time we gave him to Michael Donovan, he said he thought he had a good dog, and he never looked back except for his injury, but he was very promising all along. Yeah.
I'd imagine the race is a bit of a blur to you, but he didn't come away as you'd expect.
No, I was just afraid of that with the noise and the crowd, and he just did miss it a little bit, but he just made the first bend, and that was it then.
Now, Mary, we know this means an awful lot to you. He's still a young dog.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I have no idea. I have to talk to Michael and take it from there, and leave Michael to make the decisions. So, yeah.
But for tonight, it's a case of sit back and enjoy it.
That's it, yes.
Mary, a deserving winner. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, as the dust settles here at Shelbourne Park, it's about 3/4 of an hour since the Derby final. It was a proper Derby final in a sense where the favourite didn't hit the lids, had to show all his gears to get to the front, and you got to say he was a deserving Derby winner when you take everything into account.
Oh yeah, he's been the one that's put down the marker every single week. He's produced that early pace. My heart was in my mouth as the boxes opened because he completely missed the kick, but he still showed that early pace that he's had, which others lacked. For me, that's been the Derby winner, and we nearly every week we stood here and said the problem is there's not blistering early pace in the competition, and as we've seen, early pace wins races, and that's essentially what it's come down to. Blake with that early pace to clear the corner. It was tough watching Ballymacvic and Tyre Sugar Ray doing their hardest in behind, and you just felt that the younger legs were always going to carry Blake to victory, but you have to tip your hat to both Ballymacvic and Tyre Sugar Ray. What greyhounds they've been to connections throughout the years, but you hit the nail on the head. The most deserving dog in the whole competition went on and won the event.
You say it was tough to watch them. I thought it was heartwarming. These are two dogs that are over 4 years of age. They're well into their fifth year. They're approaching 4.5 years of age, and they both ran their absolute heart out, and I think they're a credit to both Liam Dowling and to PJ Fahey. These are two proper greyhounds, and in terms of their longevity and the way they sustained their form throughout the years, we may never see their likes again, or it certainly could be a good while before we see their likes again.
Exactly, and that's where I'm coming from. It's just both of those now will probably be retired without the big one to their name, and they have to be remembered for what they've done, and what they've achieved is probably will never be achieved again. 6 Derby finals between the two, and also throw in Ballymacvic's Derby consolation. So they've been brilliant greyhounds to connections, but tonight, unfortunately, it's all about Log Hill Blake. If you're a follower of Vic and Sugar Ray, of course, but we have to concentrate on Log Hill Blake. He has the early pace, he has the youth, and for me, a much deserved Derby winner.
Very much so. I think the key is he's March 12. We have another year in this greyhound. Mary Jennings said she doesn't know what will happen. She'll talk to Michael O'Donovan. And when that's said, when it's left to the trainer, you'd imagine the trainer will be keen to keep him in training. And I know one thing, he's not a big price for next year's Derby.
No, and he won't be. Obviously, the issue with him is that slight injury that he's always had. I would imagine we'll see him a select few times. I think it's his 17th race tonight, not his 10th victory. He'll be kept to the big competitions. I'd imagine they might swing by Wimbledon on the way to this next year, but I would imagine this is going to be his main aim next year. He goes to the bend so hard here. He done a 4:31 section last week, which was simply sensational. He's completely missed the kick tonight. He's given everything a start, and he still clears the corner. He's a brilliant ground to watch, and I hope we get to see him again.
In terms of overall Derby winners, we've seen there's never been a bad Derby winner. We've seen some great Derby winners. We've seen some good Derby winners. He's up there. He's a proper greyhound. In terms of how you describe him, I think I describe him as a dominant Derby winner.
I would definitely have him right up there. I think if you'd have got all the Derby winners and put him in a race, for me, other than cool performance over the last few years, I'd struggle to off the top of my head think of a dog that would lead him to the corner. Probably cool performance with that Sprinter's Early would, but He's so quick to the opening corner, and down the back straight he's so fast, and he probably doesn't stay to 550 100%, but he's doing 29.50 every week. Every single week he's broke 29.50, apart from the one where he completely missed the kick. He done 29.50 again there tonight, and that giving away such ground at the start, that's a brilliant Derby winner in my eyes, and I think he is right up there with the top ones.
Indeed, Kevin says it rightly. In years to come, we'll remember as a proper Derby winner, Lawhill Blake, and let's hope we see him back to his very best very shortly indeed on the tracks.